but still were not back in their house.
Yeah.
Trial.
And you once said to me there was the fires out in California, and I was evacuated and I left, and
Trial.
there was no worry in my world or anything. But I went to Brazil. You were having a class in Brazil, and nothing happened to the place. He goes, yeah, but that's because you didn't worry.
Yeah.
Like that. Is that part of that reactive
Yes,
energy?
it's part of that reactive energy, but that's part of this, Philadelphia experiment stuff, because it's like a reaction puts you back into
Trial.
the presumptive realities and the NOR and the Nordschleimer and the AIs. So it's like all of those things, allowance is the greatest gift. And it's like if you have allowance for what's going on, things change with great ease.
Trial.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Liam? And Chloe?
Trial.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Can I ask some weird questions about stuff?
If you do, I will love you forever.
Okay. The first one's not that weird, but it's on the thing where you said they're trying to kill a bunch of people. Like, I think it was, I can't remember who it was. Someone was asking how it all ties together, like with the vaccine stuff and killing people off, and how and the Philadelphia stuff and the AI, how does it all tie together? And you said it's about they want to kill people to have more like possession and property and set want need kind of thing.
Yeah.
And is to me this one thing is like we can try and this might just be like a hippie point of view, I'm not sure, but to me it seems a lot easier to change the point of view than it is to change and try and stop all the stuff in the first place. Like, people want to go to war, and you're trying to stop them by trying to take all the guns and trying to take all the ammo and the tanks and everything. If you just change going to wanting the want part, then everything else is just doesn't matter.
One molecule. One molecule. One molecule.
Yeah.
What one molecule can I change that would change all of this?
Yeah. Because there's like data banks upon data banks and like crazy amount of AI tech and like the machines that they use to send stuff back with attacks from the future. All of that stuff is literally for one thing. Like control or possession or whatever it is that you said.
Yeah.
Can we not change their want of that?
You cannot change them. You can only change you.
Yeah, so how does this work? Like,
what did you create that allows that stuff to exist that you could change now so they can't exist the same way?
Yeah.
So whatever you created in any lifetime that allows us to exist, we destroy and uncreate all that.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys.
See, that's the first thing I do. It's like, okay, everything I created that allows this to exist this way, can I destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, meows. I'm always trying to destroy what I created because obviously I'm creative.
And I've realized slowly, but I know it now, like the only way to change something is just to create it yourself.
Yeah.
But
no, the only way to change something is choose something.
Yeah, it's only
What you choose will change things. What you choose is the gift. What you choose is the creation.
So, how much of this is like a societal thing?
Society is a creation of a bunch of stupids.
Well, hear me out, right? So,
what?
Yeah, they're stupid. Hear me out. So, people think things are cool. Why? It's because other
they're
people
idiots.
think. Well, there's an agreement that it's cool. Otherwise, it wouldn't be cool, right? Like in society.
Because they're stupid. You think it's cool because somebody else said it was cool, so you decide it's cool too.
So that with like property and like
same gift.
Yeah, it's all the same thing where it's like,
trial,
it seems like there's a set of things that are like actually,
No,
Like,
they are the
actual-
presumptive realities of what is cool.
trial,
yeah. Like you
Take
need
5?
10 Lamborghinis, and all this stuff. Is it like, do you actually need that, or is it what society values, and therefore it's
trial,
It's like, it's like with Hitler. He was
Yeah.
valued for what reason?
trial,
I don't know enough about it.
He was valued because he said what people wanted to hear.
Okay.
And he created the enemy so
trial,
that they had somebody to fight against, and the reason and justification for all of their problems. And
It was like, this is I'll be the savior of you. I'll
trial,
No, I'll
Big-
show you how to get what you want.
yep,
He was providing the answers.
so he
And what
created like
the
an
majority of the
entire,
world provides answers,
Trial.
not questions.
and the majority of the world is looking for answers.
Not questions.
trial,
okay.
And the majority of the world likes AI because AI is an answer, not a question. Not ever.
trial,
So, okay, so if everyone's looking for an answer, what's the thing that they're seeking?
Well,
An answer.
can I
Yeah.
can
Trial.
I take you on a 4 trillion-year journey to this place called the Golden Planet?
Yeah.
Okay, where that's what all of us humanoids are, have, were. You know, when Gary said he would go back and kill Hitler, I'd go back 4 trillion years and kill all the techies that came to the Golden Planet. We wouldn't fucking be here.
trial,
But who knows? That's not right, that's not wrong. But if you have that as the overarching deal, the techies are not just like the here techies, the billionaire people who want to create pandemics and kill people and own everything. Yeah, there is that, but it's based on their very nature that all other beings are inferior to them. You were put into this reality so you could create smarter breeding stock, because when it was just humans and the others like them, they destroyed the planet too quickly. So their eventual realizing that they function on using polarity for energy, and the more polarity they can create.
trial,
So the idea eventually is to turn every planet they occupy into a black hole that collapses under its own polarity so they can harvest it for energy, basically. So
Yeah.
you're to a certain extent, you're trying to use logic. Logic doesn't apply here because this is not logical.
trial,
Logic doesn't apply. This is the thing you've got to recognize. You are so smart and so logical, you think there's got to be a reason.
And you're
I
as
know,
dumb as I am. You think everything has a reason, and everything is reasonable, and people are reasonable.
And they're not.
trial,
I just got the image of me writing like 1,080-page thesis, and they're like,
trial,
perfect, we can burn this for energy.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yep.
We'll just burn it for energy, yeah.
Okay, so okay, so
And that's basically what they're doing with the drama on the planet. They're burning it for energy,
yeah,
so that they don't have to burn it. It's direct polarity to polarity.
trial,
So they have a vested interest in continuing the polarity, but also the techies, you know, they believe that they are the gods over all other species. And your job is to serve them. Your suffering serves them because you create more polarity. If they can enslave the entire population, that's even better, because there will be a few, however many of them, and everybody else serving them, but also creating polarity to serve the home planet. Utopia. Yay. You know, so it's like, it's way fucking bigger, which is one of the other reasons we're not making this audio available to anybody. Because you thought we sounded crazy before. But here's the interesting part is when we got the download of this Golden Planet story 23 years ago, holy fuck, we were like, we are nuts. It is time to go with the little men in white coats to come and take us away. And we both said this to each other, and yet it was so light. And every time we'd have somebody come to class with something and we would use one part of the Golden Planet story and it would change. And they'd be like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then the other thing was we would tell the Golden Planet story thinking everybody's going to look at us like we've run 3 heads and a tail. And everybody goes, oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I needed to hear this. I knew this. And I'm like, okay, I guess we keep going. But if you have that as a larger awareness, but you don't make it significant, but you just have it there going, oh, I've been trying to understand this logically from why would people do this? Why would these people, why would they, stop looking at here and now. Look at what created us getting here and now and what we have the capacity for and what we have the ability for. So it's not like, hey, look at the past, but it's like, just have that acknowledgement and then everything else do from what can I be, what can I do, what can I change, what can I choose, and what can we create together?
Those are all questions, by the way.
Dude.
Which the AI cannot understand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they can't, they don't know the language at all of consciousness. Like,
Wow.
They don't get it.
How many of you think you don't understand question and really don't get it because the AI doesn't get it? Dude. Everything that is, and all the big 5 you've been thinking proves you're alive and creates you as your connection to the AI, as though that is the source for everything, especially your knowing, perceiving, receiving, and being, where you destroy and uncreate it all, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9, shorts, boys, povas, and beyonds. Poor Vaz.
Poor Babs.
Yes.
So it's not a logical thing. They're literally just like a species, like a different species that get
It's
energy.
like, well, does a donkey and a mule and a horse, are they the same?
Well, no. I don't really know. I'm not expert on donkey and mule variants, but
Okay. A mule is half horse, half donkey.
mule, half horse, half donkey.
They breed a donkey and a horse
Okay.
to make a mule.
Okay.
Okay. So a
Okay.
donkey is smaller and can carry large burdens, but shorter distances. A mule can carry a man longer distances. A horse will carry a man or just kick him off. But they're not the same species, and yet they are all the same shape. So you look when you look at humanoids, if you looked at humans, humanoids, and techies as 3 different species, you would have a donkey, a mule, and a horse. And which one would be the most stubborn? Never mind.
Okay. So I heard. Okay. So this brings me on to the next part, which is like, Raz said, all you have to do is not fight.
Correct.
How does that work here? If they're like, if someone's like actively punching you in the head to not do something, like how does that work? Or
You shoot them.
so
That's not
it's
fighting, that's killing.
like, I'm not trying to come to a conclusion. I'm just what I played where I can like change
Okay,
this.
so the
through-
reality is this, okay? You cannot control,
Yeah.
okay? Would you like to control?
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice, but then you're just controlling your own limitations to.
Well, you're
whatever.
controlling only what you can control. But the thing is, you have a greater capacity to be an influencer. If you use your influence instead of your control, you'll accomplish 1,000 times more than you will trying to control.
Which is
You're
the
trying to
great
use
part.
your mind to figure it out so you can control it. What influence can I have here, not what control can I have here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, an influencer is one who creates the question
Trial.
that drives people into possibility.
A controller is you got
Trial.
closer.
Controller is the one who drives somebody into a brick wall.
So is it like,
Trial.
okay, well, okay, so let's say there is let's say there's loads of people doing a really cool reality where things work, and it's like it's
Trial.
just awesome. Like everything's just cool, and it's like magic, and everyone's got each other's back, and it's like it is not like full kumbaya,
Where
but
have
like
you
just
ever fucking seen that?
that's why I said let's just say there is.
Trial.
There isn't.
I know,
Okay,
but
but let's.
in order to ask his question, we have to have a hypothetical, theoretical.
You mean we have to have a fantasy land in order to handle this question? Okay, good. Your fantasy is,
Trial.
That's the fantasy. Let's just say that's the case. We're the techies. Are they just home watching the Kardashians, or like how does this exist?
yeah,
Is it
exactly.
it would ignore you.
Okay.
You don't ever
'Cause they
have
can't-
people
Trial.
ignore you, do you?
Yeah.
Trial.
Okay.
And if they just listen to you and follow what you're trying to influence them with, everything would be easier.
Trial.
Do they want it easier, or are they donkeys?
Trial.
Okay. So you just keep creating cool shit and keep.
Trial.
Just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone.
So how does that work with influencing?
How does that work with what?
Trial.
The influencing part, where you said you
That's
just
how
got to
you
influence.
influence people, by doing it for you, and they want to know what you're
Trial.
doing and why you're doing it.
Okay, so just
But
keep
you got to
going.
get them into question, or you can't
Trial.
influence them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the next, thank you, and Dane, thanks for that
Trial.
backstory. It makes total sense now, and I realize it's just why provide fodder for fuel? Like, there's no point. Is
Trial.
the CIA? This isn't a conspiracy thing. This is just actual fact. Is the CIA and the FBI and the NSA
Trial.
anything to do with techie support networks or bases or something?
Trial.
Like, it's like a group of agencies that just take any piece of technology and like hoard the absolute hell out of it, archive it,
They wipe
take
it,
it.
they weaponize everything.
Trial.
Yeah, it's just like this archives and
That's fine.
archives and archives.
Well, what you have
Trial.
to recognize is you're trying to simplify it rather dynamically.
Trial.
So it's
Okay.
not just, is this a group of techies? It's not just that, because you have a bunch of
Trial.
humans, you have a bunch of humanoids who are based on buying the prevailing point of view, and based on what they
Presumptive
aligned and
reality.
agreed with, and all the presumptive realities and all the rest of the big five. And then everything they have is their fixed points of view and who
Trial.
they've decided they need to fight against and what they need to protect everybody from. See, part of the reason the pandemic was
Trial.
effective to the degree that it was in creating the separation, the limitation, the fear, was because not just what the techies were like this,
Trial.
but they're really good at manipulating people that believe in realities. They're really good at manipulating people based on this
Believe in
reality.
reality,
Trial.
and in particular this one.
So if you don't, you can't be manipulated that way. And, it's,
Trial.
so to that degree, they seem to look very successful somehow. Gee, why are so many of the billionaires techies? Gee,
Trial.
because that's the way this reality is wired. So they will have all the resources they need to further the
Okay.
agenda.
And how much of that is based on the Philadelphia experiment and the
Trial.
Tesla, electromagnetic stuff? that all of you helped create. And everything you did to create that and everything that you contributed, well, you destroyed and created it all now.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine,
Trial.
shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds.
That brings me to
Thank-
something.
Trial.
I'm getting waves and waves behind it, and it's
Yeah.
clarifying everything possibly. Thank you for explaining it.
Yeah.
Last or second thing, actually. Sorry, I'm hogging.
Trial.
The whole basis for the whole
Trial.
basis for doing anything with a lot of like energy weapons and rail guns
Trial.
and
Can I
even
ask-
like induction
Can I have
cores
you
and
ask
stuff.
you a question?
Clarity. Yeah.
Trial.
Why do you have to have a basis?
Well, like how they work, like the physics of it.
Trial.
They work. That's the pragmatics of it.
So the thing they all work on is polarity switching.
Trial.
Yeah. Changing of
Even-
polarity is the way in which they think everything must work and does work, which is not necessarily so.
There are
So-
certain things that do
Trial.
work that way in a certain way,
John, can you close that door?
and if you can access it to create that,
Thank you.
and
Trial.
what else could
What
work?
else is possible?
What else is possible?
I mean, you've come up with some beautiful things that have worked at Eldegar.
Trial.
Was it possible before you came up with them? No.
I want to say yes, but
You know the
Trial.
answer is no. You want to say yes so you can
No, but-
feel that you're normal in some respect, and you're as not normal as they come.
yeah, okay. So
Trial.
with the polarity switching thing, it's like, is it possible for space,
Trial.
like acoustic space, to disrupt this, or is it like two things
Yes.
that are just they don't
How many
But-
different realities are there? Do you know how many realities there are?
Trial.
no?
Infinite numbers.
Okay, I got it. I got that answers everything.
See, and you've got to
Last-
realize is that there's an infinite number of realities. Which reality am I living in?
Trial.
Yeah.
Why am I only living in one?
In my reality, I'm poor.
In his old reality.
Yeah.
Trial.
There's poor and there's toothpaste poor.
That's right.
Yeah. Duh.
Trial.
Where last question on this? Where do aliens come into all this, and where do they fit in this whole thing?
Trial.
Where do you come
Because
in?
they're humanoids, or are they completely different, or?
You're an alien.
Trial.
Well, I'm just looking at like the government side. Yeah,
What?
That wasn't a dismissal or a not receiving.
I
Like, I
know.
was just
Did I say it was?
just in case. But so like all these military people who've done like 50-year careers in the military, like they just come out all together and said, yeah, they're real. Like no big
Trial.
deal. And it's like suddenly there's a new reality where UFOs are not a quack concept or anything. They're
Yeah, I
just
know.
a legit. What are the aliens
Trial.
here? Or are they helpers? Or are they just watchers? Or
Well,
like, are they,
let me ask you this. If they could make a machine that can fly millions of miles and they're still alive,
yeah.
Trial.
why would they need us?
That's why I'm like, why? What are they?
Trial.
Well, I don't think they're hurters.
The helpers or
I think they're helpers.
okay.
And also, That's the same thing this reality tries to do about everything, is put them in one box. There's not just one alien. There's not just one set of them. And probably even on their own planet, some of them are dicks and some of them are really cool. You know, like each being has choice. It's like, I'm an alien, I'm an asshole. I'm an alien, I'm really cool. I'm an alien, I want to destroy all Earthlings, like Marvin the Martian. You know? You're in the way of my planet. You know? So it's like let's expand the awareness and recognize, I mean, come on. Seriously, the idea that we would be alone in the entire universe?
Oh, yeah. There's a thing where if you take what we've observed, not explored, but observed so far, in terms of what we know of, and like the size of that in space, if you translate that to the world's oceans, what we've explored is a single 12-ounce glass.
Yep.
All the water in all the world's oceans, we've looked at a 12-ounce glass and go, is there life in this? No. Well,
then
there
must not exist in the ocean. Well, okay, so let's look at that for a moment, okay? So one of the things, and I don't know if it's going to help or not, but just from a different perspective, I was watching some physicists talk about something, and like this idea of, so our brains have evolved for survival, okay? Supposedly. And, you know, my point of view would be more like they were set up to evolve that way. They were set up that way, basically. And which means, if you look at it, so many of the concepts that we can't fathom, it's because it was programmed to not be fathomable. And then we've been like, oh my God, it's unfathomable. It's like, well, not for you as a being. For you as a being, everything is knowable. But we have grown up here. We've seen, you know, been here for, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years on this planet alone. And so the history, one of the other things that this reality creates is relying upon history as a prediction of future and a limitation of what is possible for the future. And so looking at all of that, it's like, what if we grew up on a totally different planet? I highly recommend y'all listen to Stranger in a Strange Land or read it, if you still read books, because what he's capable of
Those of you who can read something besides emojis.
Right when you're done reading the emoji Bible, you can get on Stranger in a Strange Land. But it's like, it's just even the barest beginnings of what we're actually capable of. Because we keep trying to put everything into a reference point from this reality. But this reality is like the fucking limited, smallest
molecule
fucking like
of possibility that exists.
This reality
What
is like
this
a pimple.
revolution is about is bringing you to the greatest possibility and to have the sources of all possibilities available to you so you can create something greater.
And
What are you actually capable of? You've never chosen.
yeah, and where have we been looking for the how rather than just going now? I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna be that. One of the things I thought was funny, the physicist was talking about, he's like, so here we are, we've evolved to survive, and you know, over thousands of years, we got to the point where we could create a Stephen Hawking, supposedly the most brilliant scientific mind on our planet, right?
He's dead.
He's not only dead, he had quite a few fixed points of view. Supposedly the greatest scientific mind on our planet. And the physicist, he was like, now imagine an alien comes along, an alien family, they're out on a vacation, right? And they come across this latest paper written by Stephen Hawking, and they look at it and go, oh, look, their toddlers do things just like ours do. You know? Anyway, I didn't explain that as well as I wanted to. But the concept is there. It's like, you know, the greatest evolution of humanity is like gotta be like a toddler to any being, any actual being. Anybody with any actual intelligence or awareness. Anyway, everything that brought up. Right,
Yeah.
wrong, good and bad, bud and buck, all nine shorts, boys, boveds, and beyond.
We heard, Dan.
Okay, thank you.
I asked Gary, like, I think it was like 7 years ago in a class, are we just the
Trial.
simpletons of the universe?
I don't think I
Yeah.
answered. I think I avoided the answer. Because
Trial.
I didn't want to tell people that they're so fucking dumb that dirt is smarter.
Well, it's all about this, I guess.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for answering my
you.
weird question.
Trial.
Thank you.
Okay. Connor?
Yeah. Hello? Is it? So this morning, driving here, it was really
Trial.
interesting. I had thoughts running through my head, and then I turned on I was just like, I'm just gonna turn on I asked who does this
Trial.
belong to, and then I was like, I'm gonna turn on the radio. And the second I turned on the radio, the first song I heard, I was like, oh my God, that's what I was aware of. And then I cycled through the radio stations, and I was
Trial.
like, oh fuck. I was like, I've been aware of every single radio wave from radio on the radio.
Trial.
And then I was like, is that also going on with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth? And with everything we've been
Trial.
talking this morning, I'm like, is that an element of the Philadelphia experiment? Does that
Yes,
have
your
something to do-
ability to perceive beyond the limits of this reality is so great that you try to
Trial.
stop yourself so you can be a normal person.
Yep. Okay. Fuck. Okay.
Now, what I want to know is
Yeah.
how many of you have actually succeeded at being normal?
Trial.
You never succeeded at it, David. You pretended really well, but you never succeeded.
Trial.
You know, you guys are just so cute. You always try to prove that you're
Trial.
somehow normal. And it's like, why would you want to be, number one? Number two, what would be the value of it? You know, there's so much more that's
Trial.
available than this reality. This reality is kind of pathetic,
Trial.
I think, but that's me. I mean, there's some beautiful things on this planet, but most of them are not the humans. You know, and it's like, for me, I'm always looking for what else? What else? What else? What else?
Trial.
And we have this great place in which we can function. Let's do that.
And so as I was
Trial.
cycling through those things again, I came across a interview they were doing of Sal Khan, the guy that runs the Khan Academy, which is funded by
Trial.
Bill Gates mostly. And they're coming out with their own thing called Conmigo, which runs on the GPT software, which is the Chat GPT thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's go ahead.
Well, that's what
Trial.
Hitler said
Yeah.
during World War II.
Because I
Trial.
saw this future where they're basically going to try and use this thing where they're going to apply it to ask what their target is to build little
Trial.
have individual tutors for every kid in school, which is based on this AI Chat GPT. And so I'm like, wow, does that create the future of being more
That is a
plugged into
potential
the
future.
Trial.
potential future?
See, what you got to look at, there's not one future.
Okay.
There's that future, and then there's thousands of others. See, and I'm willing to
Trial.
see, probably 50 futures with great ease. After that, it gets this too much effort.
Yeah.
Trial.
And I go, okay, which of these can I influence?
Love that question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Which of these can I influence, and what kind of influence can I be
Trial.
to create something like this? And I want to see a creation that's beyond the limitations of this reality, not something that validates the limitations of this reality.
Trial.
Yeah, I remember we did, maybe it was a year and a half ago. It was when the whole metaverse was coming out.
Yeah.
And on one of Dane's calls, we
Trial.
did something to change the future of so that it couldn't be a big thing. And it totally tanked. It it was going to be the next big thing, and then all of a sudden, nobody was using it, and it was a total failure.
Yep, well, we got a few other things that are gonna be taught, never mind.
Yes.
Trial.
We know how to create failures.
So
And a lot of you are really good at
Speaking of
figuring
that,
ways to fail.
a vegetarian and a vegan both jump off a cliff at the same time. Which one
Trial.
wins? Society.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that.
By the way, Marilyn has the capacity to recognize aliens. It didn't seem like something to bring up in class. Is there anything else I should know about this or anything I can do?
Enjoy it.
Trial.
Why the fuck else do you think you came to Access?
Okay,
Trial.
who's on? Safa.
Hello, everyone. What a class.
Trial.
It's been a few weeks now that my body is just, I don't know what's
Trial.
happening exactly with my body, but it keeps shifting from a young, strong body to a weak, old body in a very short time.
Trial.
What age are you?
I'm 54.
So is that truly your age, or is
Trial.
that the age at which you thought everything was gonna shift and fall apart?
Yeah, I get that this is the age that I thought that everything was.
Okay,
Trial.
so everything you decided about when you were gonna start to fall apart. By the way, I'm 81, so you're fucking younger than shit.
Trial.
You're a goddamn teenager. So everything that is times a godzillion, we just throwing that created on.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds.
Trial.
And I want you all to know, I rode a horse for half an hour today. That's the first time. And I have not been on a horse in 6 months.
Oh my God.
I like it.
Actually, since the call started, since the class started,
Yeah.
my
Wow.
body is, there's strange things happening in my body, in the
Yeah.
back, in the lower part
So
of my
were
body.
you part of the Philadelphia experiment?
I guess it is, yeah.
Good. So were you one of the creators of
Trial.
that?
Yes.
Okay. So did you have more to do with the magnetics or the electrical
Trial.
systems of it?
Both.
Both, okay. So were you on the ship or were you watching the ship?
On the ship.
On the ship. So everything that
Trial.
you decided while that was going on and everything that is locked into your body, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine,
Trial.
shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond.
Yowza.
Like I sense things going out of my
Yeah. Nice, huh?
Trial.
You didn't even know you had the shit in you. Okay, so everything you created in any part of the Philadelphia experiment,
Trial.
will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all, and destroy everything that you created that you have been unwilling to destroy?
Right,
Yes.
wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds,
Trial.
and
And
beyond.
beyonds. Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I feel much better. Still, the lower part is
Trial.
a little bit impacted, but my back is much better.
Okay, so was your lower part
Trial.
affected by the positive, negative, or negative, positive vibrations they put
Trial.
into all the people?
Yes, I sense waves since the class. 1
Yeah.
hour before the class, I started having waves in my body, especially in
Okay.
the.
So
Trial.
everything that's locked into your body because of the Philadelphia experiment or the Philadelphia experience, will you revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim,
Trial.
renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good
Yes.
and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond.
Cool.
Like it just disappeared.
Trial.
Sorry. That's the way it works, folks. That's the way it's supposed to work. Thank you.
Wow.
You're wonderful. Thank you.
Trial.
Miss Pamela.
First, I want to say when you were riding today, you looked really
Trial.
good.
Yeah, you should have seen me getting on the horse.
So, it's been like 23
Trial.
years ago that I moved to Los Alamos.
Yeah.
And when I did, like, I knew that my energy being there would create something different.
Yeah.
Like a nuclear bomb or something else?
Hopefully something a little more expansive. Although I guess a nuclear
Trial.
bomb is expansive.
And expensive.
You know,
Expensive.
from now on, we're going to have to just call her the bomb.
The
bomb.
Call me the bomb.
Pam the bomb.
Trial.
The bombinator, yeah.
Boom.
So I've just, as you keep talking about the Philadelphia experiment, I keep thinking national lab and like what
Trial.
else can we do to fuck with it all? And
Well, that's the reason we're doing this class, okay? Because everything that any of you created in any lifetime that allows these
Trial.
kind of experiences and experiments to occur, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Trial.
And set up acoustical wavelengths so that a different possibility can occur.
Hell yeah. Times
Right,
a
wrong,
gazillion,
good,
right?
bad.
Ring about all nine,
No
puck, puck,
shit,
shorts, boys,
video.
12 beds, and
Trial.
And another thing, because I went from there to here.
Yeah,
And, a few weeks ago I had fallen. I'm, still kind of having knee stuff and all. At home, I
Trial.
was walking maybe 8 blocks and then be done. And here, I just got here and it's like, my body's like, go walk. I can just walk with ease. And I'm just like,
Trial.
well, that's partially this land,
okay.
okay? And a very, tragic element of that has been what Cody has done to make this place beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't thank him. okay?
Trial.
Won't do it, no.
And don't tell him he had anything to do with it, because he's got such a big head already.
Trial.
And last thing is, have you guys heard of the TV show Travelers? Because that's the
Oh,
other
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
those are the guys who ran through the walls.
okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. George
Trial.
and Emily. George, how are you?
Okay, let's see.
Did you say okay?
Trial.
Okay, yes. I would like to follow up on what Gary just said not too long ago. Being aware of several realities
Yes.
and asking how many I can influence. And I wonder if this class is the place where we can once again talk about holographic mutation.
Yes.
And
Trial.
can you say more about holographic mutation in the context
Holographic
of what we're...
mutation is the way in which you can take something from nothing and turn it in to possibilities.
Okay.
Trial.
It's a version of extrapolation in which that which does not exist can become existent.
Trial.
And which is beyond the positive and
Trial.
negative and the positive and negative electricity and magnetic
Yes,
and all
yes. It's the acoustical wavelength
Okay.
of possibility that possibility can actualize in an instant
Trial.
as something greater than what you had before.
that. Okay.
Okay?
Trial.
So I have to ask a question here. Okay, so I need to ask the people that are sitting in the
Trial.
director's chair, are they more comfortable or less comfortable than these other chairs? They're less, okay. Then I'm
Trial.
going to get more of these and get rid of the rest. Okay, thanks. Why do you think I bought them? Okay, I'm not stupid. I'm just old.
But Gary, for short
Trial.
the director's chairs are nice because your feet touch the ground.
Okay.
And on those that don't.
They also are slightly smaller, so if we're really trying to pack more people in,
Trial.
Okay,
maybe
good.
fit 5
All
more
right.
people with them.
What?
So maybe variety.
I know. I like it, yeah. Okay, sorry, go on, George.
And also about, well, you know, time and again, in class, we talk about certain cities bleeding time.
Yes.
And so is there also bleeding occurring, well, between realities or among realities?
Yes. It's like you ever had that experience of feeling like you just switched tracks and you don't know how you got there?
Right, yes.
Okay, that's where it bleeds and you just move.
Okay, and what can we ask to use that as a tool of creation? Is it possible
Well,
to use it as a tool?
it is a tool of creation because you can have it. If you are having it and doing it, you're being it, therefore you already have it. You don't have to ask how you use it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's more, what else can I do?
Okay,
What else is possible?
yes.
Okay?
Okay,
Much more.
which brings me,
Look at the paintings you do, okay? They're a holographic mutation. Okay?
oh,
Because you take the colors and you change the colors sometimes slightly with the way you do things and the way you use the art aspects of it. And it's like, and you create something that shifts and changes. I met a man who painted on copper because copper would react with the elements in the air as well as the elements in the paint and change it so it was never the same 2 days in a row.
wow.
I thought it was really cool.
That is very cool.
But I'm nuts.
So-
I just like all kinds of weird things.
So,
And thank God I like weird people because I got all of you.
which brings me to the next thing is, can you talk about the role of our mind in how in
Your
our
mind
discussion?
is a piece of debris, throw it away.
Exactly. Okay.
A mind is a
And-
dangerous thing, lose it. All it can do is define what you already know. It cannot go to beyond what you can know. Because your mind is always trying to put things into order so that it can categorize things and compute it.
Now, do we choose to have a mind?
Yes.
Wow. Can you say more about that choice, please?
It's just a choice, but it's like if you choose
Okay.
your mind and you think your mind is the source of what you're going to get, then you will look to what is limited to know that you can choose right.
Okay. Oh, I guess what I'm getting is in terms of like our experience on the Golden Planet and how we got here. Where did the mind thing come in?
The mind thing is what got us in trouble. It's what made us agree to do it and to have the AIs as part of how we learned. See, on the Golden Planet, we didn't have the AI as a learning instrument. Here we have AI as a learning, as though the AI will teach us what we need to know. And the AI won't, which is why the thing that Bill Gates is coming together, where you'll have an individual AI that will teach you, is going to create what? Not brilliant people.
Wow, okay.
But even the AI told people that really what they'd have to do if they really were going to make this a perfect planet, that they'd have to get rid of all the humans. Which is exactly what they've said on all the movies and stuff, is that that's the way things would have to go for this to be, for the AI to have its highest and best use and intelligence. What's that?
I was just letting them know your screen was black.
My screen is black.
Don't kill it. It's not made out of oil.
Yeah. It is made out of
Oh,
oil.
I'm sure it is.
No, but I can see Gary perfectly, so.
Good, thanks.
It's okay, yeah. So,
Trial.
okay, another thing I would like to bring up, I remember in one of the Maestro classes
Trial.
before the pandemic, Dane showed us a video, very briefly, of cymatics.
Trial.
CYMATICS, cymatics.
What was that?
Which is, it's like, you showed us a video like where they pour sand on like a board, and that was placed over like a speaker, and then they play different tones, and the tones actually form patterns in the sand. And I was just wondering, is that an illustration of acoustical?
Yes, yes, and it's also an example of how wavelengths create a change in physical reality. But you see, for me, it's like when I arrange furniture, it's like I can sit there and arrange furniture and then I go, no, I gotta change this. And I'll change it just a few degrees and suddenly the whole energy of the space is different. And that's why my friend Nancy, who's an artist, says that I am what kind of artist am I? Installation artist, yeah.
True story.
What am I? I forget, yeah.
And we live in an art exhibit.
Yes, we do.
And the castle is an art exhibit.
Yep.
And El Lugar
is an art exhibit. And the ranch is an art exhibit.
And the ranch. And the Airbnbs.
The Airbnbs, yeah. I know.
Trial.
They're pretty awful.
Well, it's interesting because even in like in looking at the schedule, we'll be looking at the schedule and it'll be like and we look something over here. One thing that seems totally unrelated to the stuck point, and you change it and it's like, oh,
and everything else falls into place.
Just amazing. And yet we keep thinking we need to understand, solidify, and address the stuck thing.
We got to get this now.
And figure that out rather than the question Gary asked, where can I have an influence?
Yeah, where can I have an influence? And that's what happened with El Lugar. I went, where can I have an influence? I'm going, okay, I have no idea. So we tried to, like mortgage all of our ranches and mortgage all of our houses to get money and all that. And it's like, and none of it worked because we don't do things normal. We bought our ranches from people that had owned them their whole lives. They were free and clear, and we put a sum of money down and then made payments on them. Well, because that's not going to a bank and not legally obligated to a bank, they don't count those as accurate mortgages.
Even though it is a legal obligation to the person we bought it from. We just didn't use the system.
Yeah.
So
and
the
if you don't
system's
use
like,
the system, banks don't want to give you money.
Trial.
Okay, one last question. Can you talk about this act of asking question, this ask, or being the question, and that being the engendering and the creation of acoustical wave? Is there something there that we can talk about?
That is exactly what you're doing, is creating an acoustical wavelength that allows possibilities to be abundant in your life. And if you're an infinite being, are you willing to have an abundance of possibilities? And with the abundance of possibilities, what could you create that you haven't? With the abundance of possibilities, what could you create that you haven't yet created? Strange idea.
Yes.
Trial.
Okay, thank you very much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, George.
And by the way, they finally are getting your painting up, and I love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
I got a painting from George to put up in El Lugar. It's so great.
Can I just add two things? Becca had come over yesterday in the afternoon, and we were sharing how much we enjoyed the space and the place, and we were looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
So was that there when you purchased it, or did you add that? Is that
was
copper?
there.
Is that what?
No, that's
it's
rusted iron.
Wow, it's beautiful.
But see, what I had them do is I had them put a thing of shellac over it.
Yeah.
I had them shellac it so that it would be bright and shiny.
In different colors, it's just, yeah.
Well, it's like, iron rust. I mean, I love rusting iron and, copper and the changes it makes and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, I love those things. And to me, it's like this great gift of how every moment can be a change in reality. And it's like, and so that was there, and I just said, do this to it.
The other thing she shared is witnessing you shopping or at an antique sale. And she said that it was just so brilliant to see, like she could really get like your knowing of that goes there, that goes over there, you send that to this place, send that. And she was just like in awe of that space. I'm like, oh, you witnessed the wizard
The wizard, yes, the wizard of, whack-a-mole. I'm a whack-a-mole.
And it was so beautiful because she continued to share other things. And one other thing she said, she goes, wow, I wish I would have had what I've gotten to learn about how we can be with animals that she's learned while being here at the ranch. And she has so much gratitude for both of you.
Yes,
of what
and
you've
it's like,
shown her.
and she, by the way, doesn't want to take care of the chickens anymore because she went in and there was a snake in one of the nests. So it's like that scared the shit out of her. It was only not a poisonous snake or anything. It was just one that wanted to eat eggs. Yeah. But I think it's very funny because she says, I'm not going in that chicken coop ever again. Okay, fine.
But she's so willing to talk to the animals now to actually ask them what they want that she goes, I didn't grow up with that.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing I try to do is teach all kinds of things. Now, on the third night, we're going to have another event, which is called Conversations in Cowboy with Mr. Cody. Because he is a cowboy, man. He's a cowboy. And so I want to, I don't want you to just look at his cute ass, but you can if you want to. And we'll talk from there. You can't afford it? Oh, good point. Yes, Miss Emily.
With the positive, negative.
Yes.
There's the crazy phrase, change that.
It alters it temporarily.
Temporarily. Is there something to do with.
These talking positive we're doing. Okay? And you gotta, it's like when your body doesn't react. I mean, last night I was like trying to go to sleep. I didn't sleep all night long. Okay, not at all. But the thing is that it's like I'm going, okay, so, hey, Earth, can you heal me? And it said, sure. And it's like, and I felt like I slept when I didn't sleep. And I got up this morning and I rode. Okay, this is not normal. I have a different reality and I have a different possibility, but I'm always looking for the greater possibilities. And that's what I want to get you guys to have is greater possibilities. Because it is just a choice. And, it's like choosing to have, a great relationship, choosing to have a bigger house, choosing to have more cars. God knows I have 7. Do I need 7 cars? Yes.
Maybe now that you're not poor, we could buy a new one.
Well, he said maybe you could buy a new car since you're not poor anymore. I said, no, I ain't gonna do that. That's just a waste of money.
I like things like backup cameras,
Yeah.
Just that way.
Make a Colgate car.
A toothpaste car. Good, toothpaste tube car. There we go.
Call it Cargate.
Cargate.
And
I
then,
like it.
can I ask another question?
Yes.
You know how they say that the magnetic poles on the planet are switching?
Yeah.
Does that have any, is that happening or does that have anything to do with this?
I don't have an answer for you. I don't know whether it's part of this or whether what's going on. It's like, I know that they're affecting the magnetics of the planet in a not necessarily good way, but I'm not sure exactly what it's creating.
Could we use it to our advantage?
Well, you can use
Trial.
anything to your advantage if you're willing to. What you got to do is, how can I use this to my advantage? Not, can we use it? How can I use this? So that you start getting a sense of yourself.
Trial.
And then with what Connor was saying about being tuned into like all the different, say, radio waves, for example.
Yeah.
If we the being are here
Trial.
to be like ultimate receivers, and there's those waves, but there's infinite possibilities
Okay,
all the time.
so what does an ultimate receiver mean to you?
An infinite being.
Trial.
Ultimate receiver and infinite being are not the same.
Can you say more?
Yeah. So if you were willing to receive all of death,
Trial.
All of death?
would that be an ultimate receiver?
Death,
Death.
Trial.
debit, or death?
Death.
No, because it'd only be one side. It's like one.
Trial.
Yes, but the thing is, you've got to get that you've got to have all sides of all things.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like you're still doing a finite point of view while trying to describe it
Trial.
as infinite choice.
Right.
And you got to look for not receiving, but choice. Ultimate
Trial.
choice is what you really want, because complete and total choice gives you complete and total awareness whenever you desire it and when
Trial.
you need it, want it, require it, or desire it.
Wow. And when you say bars is about receiving, is that the energy you're speaking of?
That's one of the energies I'm
Trial.
speaking of. It's like bars is where people learn to receive with their body. Because very few things on this planet are designed for
Trial.
receiving with your body. And in that particular thing gets you to actually begin to see through your body
Trial.
where it can go and what it desires.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Trial.
So regarding the question that Emily did based on Connor's question, I was asking,
Trial.
to me it happened as well that there is something that I have in my head and then I find it out the second after that's what it is.
Trial.
So is it all that we are all so my question is, how much is us connected? What's happening?
Goodness.
Oh no.
Trial.
me.
Oops. I was so into. Or the level of instantaneous actualization that we be. Makes sense. So Connor.
Okay. Are you using your brain?
Trial.
Now,
Yeah.
well, in the sense that if I will know, I will
Trial.
not breathe. But it's not using the brain puncture. But what do you mean with that, Gary?
Well, your question sounds like something that
Trial.
you've already predetermined an answer to, and you're looking for an answer to whether you got the right answer or not.
Good. So, back to what you just say,
Trial.
the mind, blah, blah, blah. Got it.
Okay, good. It's like the thing is, most of us have learned, it's like how many of you were taught that
Trial.
you were intelligent enough to get the right answer? Did I say anything about that?
Trial.
What did I hear was
Were
that-
you taught that you were smart enough that if you did it right, you could get the right answer? Yes or
Trial.
no? Yes. And getting the right answer was more important than having an awareness or having a question.
in the moment?
So you have to untrain yourself
Trial.
to look for the right answer and start looking for what awareness am I having that I haven't even,
Trial.
recognized I have. Okay? Okay.
Well, it seems that this
Trial.
specific topic, more than ever, have activated something.
Yep, that's what I like, activating things.
So that's what, yeah,
Trial.
for me, like,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks.
Well, that's the whole purpose of this particular class, is to create an activation for you in a way that will allow you to move beyond what is normal here.
Trial.
So you can have a greater possibility rather than a lesser possibility, always.
Trial.
Okay. So do we have any other questions? Okay. So I think we're going to call it quits for today. I think you guys,
Can't imagine why.
the only ones of you who are having any problems at the moment are Allison and Monica. So I don't know what the problem is.
So, for those of you in the room, does anybody want to do any shooting, anything? Okay, if you do, in about a half an hour, I'm going to have a little gun safety course. Okay? It's going to be quick. It's called How Not to Shoot Someone Unless You Really Want to. So, we will do that. We can actually put it online if you want to. We can film it if you guys want to be online too. You'll just get to touch stuff if you're in the room. So, topless, yeah, topless, please. I thought you said tapas. I'm like, no, I won't be providing appetizers, but you can bring your own. Sure, bring your own tapas. So that'll be in, I don't know, let's say 2:00. Okay. The movie. What time we doing?
Let's check in. So now that we know that Gary, you're going to be joining us for the movie, and so you're going to be answering questions during the movie.
Can you pause it? Is
Yes,
that possible?
we absolutely
Okay,
can.
yeah.
So since you're going to be here, what time
Okay.
would you like us?
I don't care. Whatever you guys want. What would you guys like
Well,
to do?
8:00 is your bedtime. So
Yeah, we're not going to do 8:00 anymore.
8:00 is
The movie is 1 hour and 41
3, 5, 4, 4.
4 p.m.
Let's do
Wonderful.
4.
We will have popcorn, but please, so today you can tell, we've got lots of things that you're adding on. Please help yourself to the snacks. We'll have popcorn during the movie. We've got Coca-Cola, water. The water here is also wonderful, so please feel free.
And it's well water.
to drink
It
the
does
actual
have,
water here.
It does have calcium in it.
Oh,
So it's like it probably would build strong bones
Yeah.
12 ways, but
Or you can just
Don't drink.
have Ozarka bottled
Yeah.
water. There's
There
some
you
of
go.
that too, so.
yeah, which
Actually-
comes out of a hose.
since we're doing the movie at 4, let's do the gun thing after the movie. That way you have time to get some lunch and have
And
some
will
Ozarka
that-
water and whatever else. Make some tapas. I don't know, whatever,
And Dane, will that be here in the room so
Yeah,
that?
it'll be here.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
cool,
We'll just turn on some lights and go for it.
perfect.
All right. Translators, please stop your recordings.
Thank you.